Hey all, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts 3. Anna? Christoph? Sven? Olaf, are you guys okay? Because I did pretty much wipe out everything with that attraction flow at the end of the previous part, so I'm kind of worried.
You did that, you threw around Simba, who blew everything up in fire. I'm surprised Olaf didn't melt like they did in Terminator 2 Judgment Day, so...
Oh, if there was just like Anna and Christoph's models T-posing after that, that would have been amazing.
You know, T-posing aside, I was looking it up for fun on YouTube. Supposedly there's a whole Fortnite T-pose dance. There's videos of them T-posing for 10 hours. I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys. Truth is stranger than fiction.
Yeah, it sure is, especially nowadays with the kids playing their Fortnites. You know, for me, back in the day, all we got was a single day, and we liked it. There was no 2-week shit going on in video games.
Yeah, back in my day, a fortnight did not mean the time when your next paycheck was coming. It was just another various term, and we liked it that way.
Indeed. Alright, let's fucking kill these guys and get the bad jokes out of our system. How are you enjoying Arendelle so far, mate? Is it as tedious as you remember it being?
It sure is a mountain. I didn't really find Arendelle, like, as a whole, not super tedious. Really, again, the only problem is that when we fall down in the snow off the mountain, things like that, that got tedious. But as a whole, I otherwise didn't necessarily mind it. Again, that ice dungeon that we were at earlier is a good thing to do. I don't know why you shot fireworks at nothing. I guess to liven stuff up? Is that what you did? I
was celebrating a battle well fought, Mr. Man, and I definitely didn't accidentally press triangle.
Yeah, of course not. That never happens.
Good old double flight and air slide, birth by sleep staples.
Yeah, you just got that last time, and having the air slide will be helpful when dodging attacks in the air, because it's around this time, you know, you are getting a good core of your defensive abilities back, so it'll be easier to kind of respond reactively to any attacks that come in.
Me too.
I'm just gonna, like, roll all the way up the hill, if you don't mind.
I tried to do that, but then the snowballs keep breaking, which sucks, because I love using those as weapons.
I wonder, like, could they have implemented the thing where you cast Blizzard on the snowball and it gets a sheet of armor, or do you think that's too much depth for a simple rolling ball?
Supposedly there's something you can do where, and I'm trying to remember the exact method, but later on you'll get like various different versions of spells in like certain areas in like other worlds. And supposedly there are ways you can kind of use those moves outside of those worlds. I'm trying to remember the exact thing you have to do. I know somebody left a comment about it. Leave another comment, and eventually we'll remember it, I hope.
That would be nice, yes. Oh, yeah, fire. Fire is good, but honey blasters is better.
What about honey on fire? You know, it's like a flambe, or kind of, one of those weird alcoholic drinks that you light on fire. I mean, I have to sit there, I guess, and imagine who came up with that. I'm going to take alcohol, I'm going to set it ablaze, and wow, this actually tastes great. It's just, I don't know how that works.
That random guy you were talking about didn't make the flaming mo. Mo the bartender did.
Yeah.
But no, toasted honey is, if there was a top 10 of flavors, I would say honey, toasted or otherwise, would be in there.
How do you toast honey? Like, I understand toasted honey squares or whatever popular cereal product you like to eat in the morning, but honey by itself, how do you toast that?
Here's the thing, you take honey, yes, you put it on bread, you put it underneath the grill, bada bing, you have toasted honey.
I'm trying to think about underneath the grill, is that in like the broiler or something?
No, I'm just talking about, I guess it's like a different term in America. I'm not talking like a propane, like, grill, like fucking Hank Hill uses. By the way, there'd be a random and interesting crossover for Kingdom Hearts, fucking King of the Hill and whatnot. I've lost track of the tangent I was on. Can we just say that toasted honey is a good thing and leave it at that?
Well, things that are usually toasted and or honey involved tend to be pretty good. Like, I have to be careful I'm not buying, like, you know, nuts or almonds that are toasted with honey on them, because that's like too many calories I am trying to avoid. I mean, they can be pretty good, although I've had there's like this sweet and spicy mix that I've been getting a few times. For some reason, whenever they cover their peanuts in honey, that shit crystallizes and it hurts my teeth, so I gotta watch out.
See, this guy's just a regular enemy now, but even he will fall prey to the bouts of honey and whatnot. What is with the honey talk in this part? I really should switch keyblades, but it's so fun.
Well, I guess we are trying to find ways to fill time, so I guess honey is the topic of the video.
Yeah, I guess so. What must the Heartless be thinking? other than, you know, Steel Hearts, when Sora breaks apart his little Keyblade, they roll about in terms of like jars and whatnot, and they form into guns.
He's like, is this motherfucker shooting us with honey? What the fuck's wrong with him?
I will say, this part in particular, like this path we have to travel up, this is the part that probably annoys a lot of people in Arendelle. This is the one I would liken to like the Land of Dragons the most, in terms of like, you know, set pieces and like gameplay sections and so on, because there isn't really a lot going on here. It's just, there's a few split paths and whatnot here and there, stuff to find. I actually quite like this section, because, you know, there's a lot of verticality to it, but otherwise it's the least interesting part of Arendelle.
Yeah, you are climbing a mountain, and there's not really any way to spice that up. Although, I've been up mountains before. Back when I went to, like, when I was a teenager, I went to, what was it, like Arizona? And that was, like, the first time I ever went up a mountain. We took a car up there, but it is really kind of nerve-wracking when you are in the car, you're driving along the edge of a mountain, going up, and you're just looking over the side, you're like, man, if we were just on 3 wheels, that shit would tip us over so fast and we'd die.
Alas. They're a good place to get frost gems and whatnot. Man, I really wish I was more into synthesizing and so on.
It's kind of hard to get into crafting as a whole for me. Even when I played Minecraft, I actually recovered that a while ago and I was kind of messing around with it. Even then, not a huge crafting fan. I'm not a huge fan of most things, I notice. It's kind of hard to work with at times.
Did you see that fucking air dodge that Madam did in mid-air? Like, this section is just pure Devil May Cry Kino right here.
There he goes, using that Kino word again. I'm not even sure you know what that means.
Cinema. Pretty much.
Cinema?
Film, cinema, whatever. It's used to indicate my enjoyment of things, and they are the top tier of enjoyment.
I would use other words, but this isn't nearly that classy of a show, I'm sorry.
Show? Jesus, that was a thing YouTube introduced a while ago, and they pretty much dropped it with little to no fanfare, like with most things they introduce. You don't even know what I'm talking about, do you?
No, I know what you're talking about. I remember when we were doing the Birth by Sleep playthrough, and at one point you had it put in a playlist that was like a quote-unquote show. With episodes. But yeah, no, you're right, they dropped that, because expecting YouTube's team to follow through on fucking anything is a joke, at best.
Now, I've hard-coded these videos, and every other playthrough and whatnot, with that end screen video. You see, the stuff that pops up, that's on YouTube's, like, end. But, let's just say if they ever get rid of that, that's just gonna be a blank thing, with tons of yellow and whatnot. So, yeah, please don't get rid of that, because it's an actually useful feature that helps me grow the Patreon and whatnot.
I was wondering why nothing was showing up in the end there. Then it turns out I had annotations turned off actually through another plugin, so I turned them back on and they're showing up again. Do you want to play Monopoly? We could do Connect 4 if you like.
How about Yahtzee? Stratego? Triominos?
I can't just unfreeze shit. What do you think I am, the Master of Ice?
Oh, there is an actual off switch here. Bye. Aren't we just a couple of cards and then just hard smash it cuts to credits?
Just turns out this whole time, they just have to jiggle the power handle.
Now, at this point, Anna is pleading with Elsa and singing, coincidentally at the same time, for her to like come down and save Arendelle and whatnot. So what follows is a very awkward reenactment of that, where there is no song, there is a little bit of music, thank God. This is the difference between KH2 and KH3, and then this. She sang that in the original, and it played off a lot better, I think.
Man, I hate dodging that attack 2 when I fight Cerberus in Devil May Cry 3 so hard.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a bitch when you accidentally doom your sister to a frozen wasteland.
I'm sorry, I just had the image of Anna royal guarding that, that's great.
Oh, man.
She's just taunts afterwards. S-rank.
Elsa, what is it, Anna? Trickster, royal guard, trickster, royal guard.
Are you hurt?
I'm sorry, I have that in my mind now. It'll be there for the rest of the part. It's fine. Yeah, Sora can apparently feel people's pain. Could he do that in previous games?
I think something terrible must have happened.
Not really?
It must be the power of waking.
That's how I sound when I'm mocking you.
Oh, the real big Chungus of Kingdom Hearts 3.
He is pretty much a gigantic chungus, I agree.
This part of the movie is honestly one of the funnier parts, and it is recreated pretty faithfully. Not the butt part, this part.
It is not nice to throw
Whoa, Feisty.
Oh, hey now. Alright, dude. That's a boss. Come on.
It's cool, it's fine. We've got it. It's cool, let's go. Fuck you!
Oh, come on.
Fucking what?
You spoke, mate.
Distract him. You guys go. No, not you guys.
That went well.
I like Josh Gad as Olaf. He could go either way for me in the actual movie, but his use in Kingdom Hearts 3 is fine. Oh lord!
Dude, you fought the Titans. This doesn't mean anything.
The Ice Titan was bigger than Marshmallow. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you saw how big the Rock Titan was too, especially.
Huh? Where's Goofy?
It's okay. I have a cunning plan.
This should be good.
Oh, that's perfect.
Alright, let's go with that, I guess.
It's a tree. We take tree. We add leverage. I think I see what Goofy's getting at here. We're gonna give him a Christmas tree and calm him down.
He's gonna fling Sora right at his fucking mug.
He's gonna fire him all the way back to the land of dragons for this, right?
I'm kind of surprised that the tree did enough damage to do that.
Well, I don't think it did damage, it just knocked his ass down. I like Goofy flexing back there, by the way. It's not often he unveils his muscles, but when he does, ladies look at her.
So this is a pretty decent boss. I actually really enjoyed this boss kind of once I got it down. It's not too hard. What you really have to watch out for is that there's some times where, well, he could freeze you first off, and then another move he has is where he'll get all of his spikes, and then he'll do like a really long combo at you, but you can block all that. When you get into the groove of blocking Marshmallow, it's actually a really fun fight. It's kind of nice and back and forth, and I suppose as a compromise to having an Elsa boss, this is actually fine. Like, I was expecting worse, but this boss fight is actually pretty good, I think.
This is what Kingdom Hearts 3 needed more of, really. Like, we'll have the fight with Davy Jones later, in the very next world, actually. We have Marshmallow here, but just more like Disney fights and so on. Like, we really should have had at least one kerfuffle with Mother Gothel and whatnot before she turned into the big tree harvest. That boss is rad. I just wanted to fight the lady herself, because, you know, she was a disciple to a very powerful magician, if you watch Tangled the series. Precious lore has been revealed since we last spoke, Helldragon.
I don't think I was able to pull this off when I was fighting him. I wasn't aware you could do it again, but it actually does seem to stun him for a good while, so definitely keep that in your pocket.
Oh, look at all this beautiful fire magic and whatnot. Hell, if I brought friggin' ethers with me, this would have gone even faster.
Alright, now when he spikes up, that's when he does that really long combo, and you can't get caught in that. Stay on the ground, block that. It's better to do that than to dodge, because then that leaves him open for that. You also want to watch out for his shockwaves. You can block those as well, though, so that's not necessarily too bad.
I love how Helldragon's, like, extolling the virtue of blocking attacks and whatnot, and then just me, like,
It's like, good idea, bad idea.
Pretty much, right? Do not make, and this is how you don't play Kingdom Hearts 3, because I own up to my mistakes. I'm a big boy.
Well, that already exists with DSP anyway, so...
Oh lord, and this is how you don't play for the Game Grumps as well, which I never thought I'd see the day.
Well, at least we'll say here, we'll say, hey, we were shit at this fight, sorry. We'll admit it, you know.
It's a little bit harder, like, to focus on gameplay during live stuff and whatnot, but at least I can explain my reasoning after the fact with post-game playthroughs and whatnot. And I think I did mention, I forget whether it was during Spider-Man or another playthrough, that I wanted to move towards, like, live playthroughs and whatnot, and I will be doing more live stuff going forward, but you can't really beat a good post-playthrough with your mates from time to time.
I actually requested this, because I felt it would be better. In terms of, like, getting the commentary flow going.
Yeah, and I agree, it's turned out for the better, because I'd be worrying about getting a good take and whatnot, and then, like, here's Goofy doing the tree whip again. I'd say something unfunny at the time and slur my words, but here, I'm sound as a pound and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, now we can just say something unfunny. We don't even have to worry about anything else in the background.
Yeah. I suppose I should change to another Keyblade if I want to stay at long range and whatnot, or I could just do this and get the fire magic really a-poppin'.
Yeah, this really should have killed Marshmallow in one hit. I mean, come on, he's ice and snow.
Oh, this is gonna be a beautiful finish. You cannot stop me with frost breath.
Let's see if he gets it. Oh no, you got the meteor. Good.
Yeah.
Just hit him with the power of the sun. That's Sunny Delight.
Oh yeah. I'd laugh if like it cut back and it was just a puddle with like black stone eyes.
It's like Sora's like, I think we went in a little too hard, guys.
No, but you didn't win.
Thoroughly beat the shit out of him completely, but you know we didn't win.
Where's the option for like a reticle to appear over Marshmallow and for us to call in the gummy ship to do like a fucking air to land bombardment with missiles?
See, that would be cool, and we can't have that.
Something a bit on Kingdom Hearts-ish, by the way. God damn it. Jesus Christ.
So again, here we are. See, at least Sora shits on this.
It's funny in hindsight. In the moment, it can be pretty frustrating and tedious, you know?
Yeah, it is kind of a lazy way to fill out the world.
No, thank you.
I'm good. Let's move on.
Why wasn't Sora just more sarcastic throughout the whole series? I would have loved that.
That's more, I want to say Riku's thing, really. Sora's just more happy-go-lucky, which sometimes is to his detriment. He is quite stupid in this game, more so than in like other games sometimes, but I think he kind of rides the line or straddles it from being like stupidly written and just basic Sora, but older, you know?
Well, he's our protagonist, so we have to make do.
That big snowman wasn't too
And you'll notice that things are nice and sunny now, which is weird, because I'm pretty sure the storm is meant to be getting worse.
Maybe they want you to see your character at this point?
That's a distinct possibility. You see, when designing a video game, making sure you can see the playable character is paramount.
I have played this game one time where it was a really weird Flash game where you were a blind swordsman, so you couldn't see. But you had to use sounds to try and detect where the enemy was going to strike and block. It is, of course, a crapshoot, because most of us are not blind, so I did not get very far in that game.
Aww. And that's it, that's all the sympathy you're getting. Play better video games. Shazam!
Wrong guy, but okay.
Ooh, Leaf Bracer, very nice.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to get interrupted while you're healing. That's not a pain in the ass.
No, sir. By which I mean, yes, sir, it's very annoying, and so it is.
Hey, I think that's a lucky emblem.
I did see that lucky emblem, but you have to, like, stand in a weird way for the camera to pick it up. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to do it. I did get it, but I think I had to, like, teeter-totter on the edge there.
Where is it exactly? Because I was looking for it here, and, you know, old Blind Eyes McGee over here probably should wear glasses, as everyone else in my immediate family had them by the time they were like 30. I just couldn't see it.
When you're on that ledge, that little pillar there, like, right now you're passing it on the left. That's where it is.
Okay, right, yeah, that makes sense. I think I got that during my initial run, but when I'm recording, I'm focusing on getting shit done, so... What is a gooseberry, by the way? You ever had a gooseberry before?
I don't eat goose. Wanna know?
Okay, we're just gonna skip right past that. What goodies have you for me this time?
I did not see this down here, but I'll have to remember if I go back to it to get that Ori Calcum, actually.
Narrator's note, but he didn't.
Yeah, but he pretty much fucking didn't, good sir.
You really should try your hand in critical mode when it comes out, because it's free, the best kind of update for a stingily miser like you.
Well, I wonder if they didn't, if maybe they didn't do shit that made me miserly, maybe I wouldn't be this way. Just throwing that out there, guys.
Oh, let's blame your temperament and personality on other people, because that works.
Yeah, I mean, you have to understand what goes on in my own head, so...
I guess so. Oh, it's motherfucking fireworks time. I could, like, single-handedly melt the entire mountainside of Arendelle with the amount of fire magic and, like, flare force I've been using throughout this place. I wouldn't be surprised if we've single-handedly upped this whole place's, like, temperature a good 6 degrees or so. Like, global warming in Arendelle is gonna hit because of us. That's how the Great Fall happens.
Yeah, you probably would be contributing to climate change at this rate with all the magic you're busting out.
Hey, That's Elsa.
That's Hans. There he is. Just carrying her down like a fucking commoner.
It could be somebody from Arendelle.
Now in the movie, he assaulted her castle with like a full platoon of guards and whatnot. They don't want to render that here. He's not
That doesn't look
important
like
enough.
help to me.
Oh no, he's stinky!
Well, it was around the Scandinavian medieval times. I imagine bathing's a little bit more difficult back then than it is now.
But he's royalty. You don't think he'd be daisy fresh when going to visit other royalty?
He probably bathes in fucking milk like Cleopatra did or something.
I don't know how the Scandinavians work. I'm just a Brit. A stupid, stupid Brit.
I'm just America. I think everything's great.
You're just America? Man, I knew you'd been like cutting down on carbs and whatnot, but maybe you should cut down on more if you're going to be an entire continent to yourself.
That's true. Gotta lose a lot of weight.
Don't we all, mate? Don't we all? We're actually very close to the end of Arendelle now. It does feel longer than it actually is. I spaced out these parts, like, so every part would have, like, something going on in it, but altogether it really shouldn't take you longer than 90 minutes.
I'm trying to remember how long it was taking me, because how I played this game, I played it in, like, stints, just doing bits here and there. I mean, I was going through it quicker, because I wanted to get it done in time for the playthrough, but I don't necessarily think I was doing it, and of course, this is your second run, so you obviously knew what was going on. This was my first in comparison.
Huh. Snow. Don't see that every day.
Been the first time I've seen that in a long while, yeah.
I love how the boss music kicks back in. Hello? We're over here.
Him again?
Come on, be a boss! I wanna fight!
You ain't going nowhere. There's no man to kick us off this time, motherfucker.
I'll just kick him through the ground.
Just walks past them.
I made a boom boom!
And he was good all along, just Elsa's little bodyguard.
Are you looking for Elsa too?
Little spiky rodent must be smushed.
Easy. Do you want to save her from the bad guy? We're on the same side.
Are we?
Well, the music stopped, so I guess we are.
That legit made me laugh when it happened the first time.
Elsa safe.
Hey, we should team up, big guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is who your party member is
We
for
wanna help her
the
too. Why
Arendelle
not?
world. It's fucking Marshmallow. You don't get to use him for
So,
long,
what do you
but he
think?
is a pivotal part of an upcoming boss fight, which is fucking lit.
It's okay, we'll get more into it as we get there.
You will not dull my enjoyment, mate. The kino will flow, and you will not disparage me any further than you already have. Alright guys, we'll see you next time, tomorrow even, when we continue Arendelle. Bye-bye.